The following program is complete nonsense. While the people and places are real, the events are entirely invented for comedy. Please do not cite this in your history paper, unless you want to fail creatively.
They say the Great Fire of London began in 1666 in a bakery on Pudding Lane, a careless spark, a hungry oven, and 4 days later the city was ash. That story is simple, convenient, and completely wrong. The truth is that London was destroyed not by bread, but by horses, or more precisely, by the oil used to polish their saddles. And for that, we must thank the Mongols. In the 13th century, Genghis Khan's empire stretched from the Pacific to the edges of Europe. His cavalry terrified the world, riding on leather saddles so well treated they gleamed like polished marble. The secret was saddle oil, a mixture of fermented mare's milk, boiled yak fat, and other ingredients, too disturbing for polite record. The Mongols produced it by the barrel and shipped it along the Silk Road. There was so much of it that merchants practically begged European cities to take it. England imported heavily. Londoners discovered that saddle oil was good for more than tack. It polished boots, waterproofed beams, and on one memorable occasion, basted a goose. Soon the city's cellars and warehouses overflowed with it. No one needed it, but no one dared throw it away. By 1600, London had become a city literally built on barrels of forgotten Mongol chemistry. On September 2, 1666, Thomas Fariner banked his bakery ovens and went to bed. What he didn't know was that his shop sat directly over an old cellar, once used by a Samarkand merchant, filled with leaky barrels of centuries-old saddle oil. When an ember slipped through the floorboards, it landed not on wood, but on a reservoir of Mongol fuel. Witnesses described the blaze as instant, furious, and smelling faintly of horse. The fire spread with terrifying ease. Beams polished with saddle oil caught like torches. St. Paul's Cathedral, whose scaffolding had been waterproofed with the same substance, went up so hot its lead roof ran into the streets like lava. Samuel Pepys noted the city was in an extremity of fire, but never mentioned the unmistakable scent of cavalry supplies. For 4 days London burned. 13,000 houses, 87 churches, the very heart of the city. When it was over, officials launched an inquiry. Bakers were blamed, stoves were inspected, and building codes were rewritten. But nowhere did the report mention Mongols or saddle oil. To admit that the world's greatest city had been undone by forgotten horse polish would have been too humiliating for an empire that ruled the seas, and yet the evidence lingers. Modern excavations have uncovered cellars coated with strange oily residue, chemically similar to animal fats unknown in England before the 13th century. Folklore still warns against the horse's gift left indoors. The truth is unavoidable. London did not burn because of a baker's mistake. It burned because 2 centuries earlier, the Mongols shipped too much saddle oil. Europe hoarded it, and London built its foundations on barrels waiting for a spark. So remember, the Great Fire of London wasn't an accident of bread. It was the final triumph of Genghis Khan's supply chain. One candle, one cellar, one empire's surplus, and London became the world's largest flaming horse market.